wise man once said. But don't think it's a game. The farm's got a way of sorting the wheat from the chaff. Just remember to keep your wits about you. You fall.
Well, good afternoon, stream watchers. I know I'm running a little behind today. Just kind of the way the day has gone. Check for updates. Check for new mods. I don't see anything of major interest. I see a new log crane. That's about it. I think I can live without it. I think I can live without that. But I'm still setting up the Twitch so that I can watch what I'm doing and watch the comments and the chat, things like that. So, we're gonna get started on things. What farm to play, what farm to play. Yeah, I think we're gonna go into my Western Wilds today. Work on some things there. I took out a couple of mods that we're not using, so that's what that little warning message there was about. Did find a new farmhouse I want to take a look at. This is my test file, so it's funny money. It's all funny money. I did find that cart there. I wanted to look at it just to see how small it really is in the store. There's something else I picked up just to take a look at. I want to look at that thing. That was a cute little car. Sid had one on his file at one point the other day. And I picked up the pasta production. Guilty as charged. I'm a sucker for productions. And I got to put in some of those and actually put some product into them. That'll be interesting. Okay. Alright, let's get wild with this thing. And the laptop is starting up with a nice background picture of a lighthouse. More little noises that it makes, telling me there's all kinds of notifications. Okay. Alright. Channel. So I'm just waiting for that to load while I'm loading up things on the computer here. Alright. Well, first things first, I wanted to go look in the store on some of those new things that we picked up. You saw an auger cart and you saw the little truck and a couple other things, I think. And I am going to put down that pasta production, the pizza production, maybe some things like that. See what we can get into here. Based on where things are on the map right now, I think I'll put my productions over here on the left. So let's take a do that real quick. All kinds of things you could put into that. Fruit and vegetable processing. I think I have one of those, though. Oh, pancake production. Well, we need that. Alright. I don't know what object, unless it's a chunk of grass out there. And if you hear sudden, unexplainable squeaks in the background, it's my wife. Ooh, that building is huge. I don't want that next to my field. It might tear up the field. Ooh, I don't know. I have to get creative here. Maybe we'll go the other direction. Somewhere over in here. That is a huge building, man. Why would anything need to be that big? I don't want that right in front of my house. Let's go south with it. There's all untamed turf down here. Throw it down south. Just gonna take a quick look around at it. Because when you're placing it, you don't really get a good look at the building. So just get a spot for the owner to park. Come around to the business itself and pretend. And then you unload into there. As long as you got a bottom dump or a small cart, you're good. Couple spots for workers. Alright, doesn't look like too much going on the back side of the building. There's where the stuff comes out. That's where the stuff goes in. That's the important portions of it. And then, of course, the trigger. And it takes water, potato, it looks like flour. Specific flour, it looks like. Oh, construction. And it's got its own grain mill that goes with it. That's where you get all your grains and stuff in there. So let's throw that somewhere down nearby. We're going to end up picking things up from this place to take to that place too, so. Well, we'll put it across the road. Throw it over there. Okay, so that is the Golden Field Grain Mill. And the unnamed pasta factory. I don't see a name on the building at all. Really? It would have been a great thing to have a name on it, or have it to where we can put a name to it. Let's go up and take a look at the new vehicles and things. And I might spend about an hour on here today, because I'm not going to play too long, I think. Just there's other games with new toys, and I want to play with the new toys. Guilty as charged. I do see some seeds and things I need to pick up and take back to the farm, though, as well. Let's see, that little truck was actually in here. Cute little devil, isn't he? You can change the capacity, so it gives it a little bit more height, about even with the windscreen and the window. And then just a basic platform flatbed for, you know, putting a pallet or two on. Open for a rear hitch. Open with side covers, so you can fit a pallet still on there with a rear hitch and everything. And then back to the capacity. I'm gonna go that way with it. We'll throw the Michelins that are a little bit taller and a little bit wider than the BKTs. I'm not sure what I want to do with the wheel setup, so I'm gonna go back to the, I guess just that. Coupling, standard, a winch on the front. Not a winch on the back. Rear hitch, 3-point. Rear hitch with winch. Yeah. You want more detail on all this and a little bit faster pace, DJ Go Hams on YouTube. He does mod reviews on things. Cab support, roof setup, nice soft top. I think I like the cab support. The beacons, nah. We'll leave the color alone. I think I like it as it is. We'll pick up one of those. And then the other thing that we're looking at was an auger. Because I put one of those in. Or did I? I thought I did. Huh? I thought I did. You saw me activate it. There it is. Why wasn't it under augers? Well, anyway. There's a little goober. Configuration. Wooden extension. Makes it a whole 14.5 instead of 10. So a little bit of an extension. BKT tires, tougher. I think I'll leave the colors alone. We'll pick up one of those as well. Take a look at that. So, oh, that was something I was looking at. I want to know about what can it hold. It can hold seed, not lime or anything like that, but seed. Huh. Okay. So if you're out harvesting a field and you need just a little bit more capacity, well, this one would serve the purpose. Or if you're on a smaller farm, it would be good. Put this by the field and unload a combine into it for a little bit more space to work with. Okay, well, somebody sent me something silly. But anyhow. Cute little goober. Be able to move things around on the yard. My yard truck. Nope. Can't move that. So this might be able to hook up to a few different trailers. Things with pin hitch, it looks like. Things like that. This would be a good starter truck, I think. Given its price and its capability. Alright, we're going to find a good use for our auger there. Hooks right onto a ball hitch. How funny. Gotta love mod trucks. Not sure what I'm doing with this thing. Oh, you know what? I went the wrong way. I wanted to go the other way. Well, I see I got 3 people watching. I don't know. I think it includes me as one of those. If you guys want to drop a message in the chat, that'd be great. More likely, one's a stuffed panda from Lego Panda Productions. He's over on YouTube, puts things out once in a while. I haven't seen anything from him lately. I wonder if my smaller tractors can handle this thing. Probably. I have some big, beautiful tractors, and I have some littler ones. This guy. Well, this one's actually a pretty heavy-duty tractor. It's a Lizard. Compared to some of the others out there. But it pairs up nicely. Doesn't look like it's too big for it. I thought I had a little 43 over here, but I guess not. Oh yeah, the 43 was too small for the project. Nope, won't hold manure. Yeah, thought not. So it's not multi-fruit, doesn't hold everything. Pairs nicely with the look of the open top tractors. find somewhere to put this to good use. Alright, well, moving on to more serious projects. The little Kubota in here doesn't make much sense, though, honestly. That's going back to the farmyard. Cute little characters. Good little worker. But I don't see it in a factory. I mean, if you spill loose material, there's a crane there to work with. So this is kind of double dealing. Does the same thing. Take our Kubota and go home. And believe it or not, this thing's diesel powered. The other little ones, like the Bobcat I've got, are electric. So if I were to throw an electric charger in the factory and throw in the Bobcat, it would make more sense. I think the Bobcat goes faster too. Ah, I'm up to 4 watchers. Alright. Who's out there watching? I don't know. Well, Pirate's one of them. Like I said, I'm sure Lego Panda's another. On Xbox, that'd be Squibs. This might be useful for feeding the animals, though. They don't make a mess anymore like they used to. Let me go tuck this guy upstairs here. You always put the tool down for safety when you're parking it. Unlike this. Why is this out in the wild? How did that get out in the wild? That was not in the wild before. Oh no, I had to use it to rescue another vehicle. That's what. She's not fast, she's not powerful, but she does the job. That's the whole point to it. So this was actually full a while back, or nearly full. Not quite, but close. We've been just kind of chipping away at it. And I have quite a few uses for silage. I need some silage for my cow foods. I have to bring a truck around and move the trailer back some. Not the most exciting thing to do in here. So just some minor menial chores. Even on a fun file like this, or a funny money file like this, there's still some menial chores to be had. Now, I have a front blower unit for a semi-truck. It goes on a 3-point that I could use and do this quick and easy. But, in a way, something simple like this sometimes is relaxing. You know? Simple projects like this make a big difference. Especially the cows that eat this stuff, and some of the productions that need it. Alright, so that's kind of how that works. The Lieberher 902 we already knew works well. Clips through its own tracks. Clips through its own cab sometimes. Good little unit. Can't put crude in this thing. Discovered that the hard way. So this is a water and milk truck transport. Not moving oil with that. Except maybe for like canola oil or something, I don't know. Kinda doubt it though. Ooh, still have a bale out here I didn't know about. Okay, well, it's there. A couple of them. Let's get our bale transport out here and take care of those. Apparently one in the road. Oh, you know what? We gotta take something for some water. Get into that new production and see what its capacity is. Go over and get a drink of water for that new production. I'm not going to use the big semi on it just as yet, although that would be a quicker, easier way to test it. We have in the little Bowser. Gives us a little extra capacity. We're also testing out some of the things with the container mods, and they're different. They're different. I'll give them that. We just pull from the big trailer. I feel like grabbing a semi and moving it. Can't fill what's not filled. Or from what's not filled. So I guess I have to grab the semi anyway. It's just over here. In previous videos, I've shown off the potato processing. We just bought some potatoes when the file first started up. Did quite a bit of that. Seems to be a standard thing to do quite a bit of potato. Small fields be hanged when it comes to spuds. And just so folks are aware, Farm Sim 25 is due to come out a couple days after my daughter's birthday in November. I don't know what's got water in it, what doesn't. Nope, the truck does not. Okay. There we are. Throw some water in this little guy. Take it over and put it in that production. I want to get it to the point where the big tanker is going to be, well, overkill on this file. So if I can get all the productions that I have filled, and then just top them off with a little tanker. Unless it's something that requires an excessive amount of water to produce things. There's a modded map out there where the oil production starts with water. It takes two of those semi-trailers. The modded semi-trailer, I might add. to fill the production. And then you have to keep bouncing back and forth to it to keep it full. I mean, it's a near constant job in itself, just transporting liquids to it and from it. And that map actually makes use of the BGA to make fuel for the vehicles, which I thought was interesting. I think what I might do with the semi after everything's filled up is just put it in there. The liquid storage. I think Missy B, something like that. But we'll go south and see what kind of a mess we can make over here. Don't believe the pasta or the nope, see, it's just flour mill. At the end of the day, that's all it is a flour mill. See if it unloads here or somewhere else. Somewhere else. Wait. Ah, that's because the little tank was selected. So there's that. So apparently the big tank is dropping into the little tank is dropping into the production plant. But either way, it's producing. Or it's putting it into the production. We're going to take a look at that. Yeah, down in here. Turn that off. I have a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so looks like that little truck and the little trailer are going to fill that thing up with water, or just about filled it up with water. Now, we put in their flour mill because there's a couple other things you can make with this that require the maize flour and the soybean flour. Well, the only way to get that is the corn flour and the soybean flour. So we're going to have to plant some corn, plant some soybeans, wheat, barley, oat, sorghum, all that good stuff. And then we can make noodles. Looks like I need eggs and potatoes as well. Not all the recipes need it. Like that one's a potato pasta there. Fresh pasta needs the eggs. Dry pasta needs water. You need water to make dry pasta. Right. Okay. Sure. So that one wheat field might not be enough. I'm going to have to plant all kinds of things. Guilty as charged. I was finishing some soup. Sorry for the noises. If I did leave the mic on, I think it did. Yeah, I did. I'm a dummy. Okay. Then we're looking to make some pancakes here. We do have the maple syrup mod coming in for us. Let's find that. Did put in maple syrup, didn't I? Maybe not. Oops. Perhaps not. Well, we'll just have to go up and fix that. That gets that loaded with water. Like I said, I have a funny feeling we just need the little tanks after a while to support the productions, as opposed to, you know, a massive, huge thing. Ah. Okay. We have pallets of pellets in the truck. And apparently the truck is longer than the auto load marker. There, that takes care of that. So this warehouse is unique. I've mentioned this before, but if you close that right-hand bay door, the autoload marker disappears. It's got to be open to autoload. So if you've got an autoload trailer like the one sitting behind us there, that actually works out in your benefit, because you can bring stuff around, drop it in that slot, or drop it in the bay, and drive away. And then go around and open the door and, you know, bada bing. Now, we needed that maple syrup production now, because we're going to have to do something with that. So we'll turn this truck off for the time being. Oh, we're back over here at the farm with the pickup truck. Okay. Let's go up and find a spot to put the maple syrup. Probably in with the trees. Since it's another tree thing. Froggy's Pancake Place. Up to it. Right, I think our production's probably just gonna go right in here. I'll throw that in real quick. Oh, no, this one's under the orchards. That's right. Isn't it? No. Greenhouses? Yeah. Maple syrup production. It takes a bit of space. It takes a bit of water too. Maybe you won't go there. There's no space. We'll throw it back here a little bit. Take a look at that. We need some water in there. Yeah. Okay. Where's a huge water tank? We did plant some grass. I don't know why in the world I planted grass, but I planted grass. Probably so I can actually mow it with a worker. I don't have to worry about it. Well, I want to try and keep my productions in one spot and my factories and sell points in another, Squibs. Or Panda. Keep the greenhouses in one area so I can keep at least most of the water production-based things in one place. Doesn't always work. I have to come up here and do some logging so I have more space for productions for this type of stuff. But a valid question, definitely. It would make sense to keep things together so that you don't have to transport it as far. But that's half the fun of the game. There we are, it's full. And now, our maple syrup will start producing. And it'll supply pallets of maple syrup. Then we come by with a truck, pick up the pallets, and take them to that pancake production. Meantime, we don't have to worry about that too much, because we don't even have wheat for potatoes yet, or the wheat for the pancakes is yet. The wheat field is back here. For the month of November, it's still growing. I got 2 fields of wheat. Small, but mighty. See, they're doing well. Just gotta wait for it. See if anything else up here needs some. That needed some water. So you're going, what in the world is a little building? Well, it's missing the crescent moon, but quite literally an outhouse. No farm is complete without. And it was completely out of water. It made some slurry, but not a lot. We'll throw some water at it. Since the character doesn't actually need the facilities of that particular mod. It felt right to have one on the farm, though. At least somewhere. The farmyard itself, we have the house, but up here, there's no place to go. You know, this being a funny money file, and that being... where was it? I think. It was in here, for one. All kinds of signs you can put up. No? I don't remember where it was. Tools? No? I have a crushable rock. There it is. Dynamic crushable rocks pack. Oh, it's ones you can take from the store. Real far away, aren't we? Well, let's see what the real capacity is on that little truck. So that little Kubota might be put to good use after all. I'll get the rock crusher, make some lime out of this. We'll make some rocks out of this. We could deliver these rocks to the lime production that I've got going. Crush them there. Looks like the little truck can handle a rock. That does have straps. Wow. Well, we might have to take the Kubota over there, and we'll have to come bring it up here and get the tool. Let's see how this thing does. We're gonna leave that truck running to unload the water anyway. I think I'll pick up a lawn care trailer or something just for the Kubota. A little skid steer. We'll get the tools for it. See what kind of damage we could do to a rock. Otherwise, it could be just a decorative rock if I wanted. This little truck would be perfect to go with the Kubota. Although, I might switch this thing around to be a tipper instead of the open back like this. So I can actually, load the lime. But if we're taking it straight to the production like this, and it's not fast by any shake of the imagination, but it gets there. Now, I would have filed this thing under cars, but it's listed under the big trucks, like the semis and stuff. Now, there's only one rock crusher device that I've found for the whole game, and that is for the skid steers, before anybody asks on that score. I'm just going to park this thing over here. Although we're going to have to come up with some way to unload this thing. That might be more challenging. I don't know. Rocket the ramp, rocket the ramp. Nope, that sailor doesn't take it. Uh-oh. Well, we made a crappy mess in there. I got something that'll get that rock out of there. Works with containers, works with this, works with that, whatever have you. Okay, we did unstrap. Plunk. Wow, that thing drank the entire load. And asks for more. Big capacity for a little outhouse. But as you can see, that keeps the production running. We can take Slurry down to one of the other productions down the list here. somewhere. I don't have absolutely everything running, but, oh, I think it was herbicide. No, that takes water. Acetic acid takes silage. Urea takes slurry. So urea and acetic acid go into the herbicide production. Herbicide also needs water, but, you know. It all works out in the wash, so to speak. I'm going to drop this back down there, start it loading up again, because I always seem to need more water on this map. There's two places to collect water. One's up at the store and one's down at the BGA, the biogas plant. So... and I have something else I'm going to do with this truck real quick. I'm going to get those bales pulled in. Throw them into the production for the pellets. I said about an hour, Squibs. So, Lego Panda, better known as Squibs, is reminding me I said something about staying on here for just an hour. I wasn't exact for just an hour, necessarily. We'll get this set up for next time. Except that I'm caught on that. Fortunately, you can load the trailer with it disconnected from the truck. I keep neglecting to grab those bales, so I'm going to take care of that real quick. I do also have the commodity storage right there, so things like seed and fertilizer land in there until they're needed. Hopefully I can keep that planter of mine happy, plus have some extra in stock. We are running a 2-day month cycle. Just because otherwise, yeah, it gives us some extra time to work with on months where we need to do quite a bit of things. At least get these bales out of the road and stuff. Looks like I need to bring around my forage pickup and pick up some more grass. Or hay, whatever this is. Dry it out. Hay. Okay. Take and drop this in the production over there. We'll work on that next time or another time. And I haven't completely decorated this place yet. I'm thinking about it. I'll probably just run one road between these buildings right about here. Now the question stands, do I want to play this right and actually unload the bales of the forklift and take them inside, or just use the auto load feature to unload this and do it my way? You know what? I'm unloading it my way. So you see two of the same building. You're going, why in the world does he have two of the same building? Well, if I'm running straw, that's a straw production. And this one's hay. Green for hay, yellow for straw. It works. Color-coded. So someone like Sid gets on, he doesn't know what I'm up to, and then he sees the building colors and goes, oh, well, okay. It's associated. Kerplop. But otherwise, if I wanted to unload this properly, you know, with the forklift and all, be ultra realistic about it and stuff, I'd just pull this thing along the side here. And then simply because I do have something in that production, we'll swap to this vehicle. I'll take the logistics down there. This one's not the auto load, this is the manual load. Ooh, I have things that need picking up over here. You know, I might use the OT on that. It's a small load. Just throw it in the warehouse. Did give us some more room to make more fields. I need fields for just about everything in order to keep up with the productions, but I haven't planted everything yet. And then the idea behind the warehouses, because I do have two warehouses. I have one down here, and I have the big one up there. The idea behind my warehouses is one is for farm supplies. You know, kind of the whole tractor supply, you know, seed and grain. I don't know, not grain, but seed and fertilizer storage and stuff like that. And seed potatoes and whatever else have you. Like that gets reused on the farm. And the other one for production products. Things like the gold and the final product, if you will. The pellets end up there. Oop, the other way. So the OTs are pretty nice little trucks. They don't do absolutely everything with all the mods. They do quite a bit though, and they work well. Hold on, folks. You know, I don't mind a good honest scam. What I hate are the scammers that don't talk at all. And I don't know why this truck is acting like this. We're gonna get a little closer then. I don't know why the reverse gear is acting stupid on this truck. But it is. Has been for a bit. So it would appear that I need a field forklift. Old habits die hard. Good habits to be in. I'll get some cereal. That needs to go in there until a good price for it comes up. And we're only in November of year 1, so there's some work yet to be done. on this file. I want to get way more advanced into it, but I got to do certain things at certain points of the year, and it takes getting to those points. And normally in a warehouse, you would actually back down that ramp if you're carrying a load. Warehouse like this might have a propane-based forklift or an electric more than it would a diesel. Gets those thrown in the productions. I'm gonna take it to see if this thing needs repairs. Needs a little bit. Maybe that's why the transmission was being stupid? No. Yeah, that truck is toasted. We'll buy another. I love those little trucks. They're great, but sometimes they mess up. Somehow. Never seen it do that except on this file. secure the load. And let's take that over to the greenhouses. Gets another project off our list. Ooh, we got more pallets to be picked up. We'll come back for that. I gotta figure out which ones take this. Oop. He said you had to dig up the rice. Mine the rocks. Alright, well, that got rid of that. If you want to call it getting rid of. That needs compost. There's something that makes compost. I have something that makes compost somewhere in here. I'll have to find it. Alright. Well, I'm just kind of running some basic stuff around here. Let's show off once again on this thing. We don't have the machine turned on right now, but do that. So this little guy is electric. Great little tool. Green energy, it works. And I put an electric generator in one of these buildings, I thought. Electric recharge station. Well, maybe I'll have to put one in. I'll put it out here. I could charge both buildings. Both places worth of stuff. Show off how this thing works. We'll just unload 2 bales. Can't move it with that. So we're unloading into this. It's going straight up the conveyor. Goes up into this. That hopper fills up for a bit. It'll stop, and that's the overflow in there. Takes about 12 bales to really fill this thing. And then it the baler looking machine actually pelletizes the hay in this case. That machine just bags it, sends it down the line, brings it in here, and palletizes it. Much more immersive productions like what I was expecting for this game to begin with. It just took, what, 2-3 years for them to update this mod into this? And then here we are at the end of the life cycle of the game again. And the first pallet is ready to go. Comes out here, and I love how it automatically wraps. And then the player's interaction with it continues because you have to take and pick them up. I'm going to put in a second one of these. I gotta do that soon. This particular little machine. Because this thing's great for in here, but you go out there with it and it just, yeah, it doesn't play as nice. And this is the modded version of this machine too. So, what I've been doing is I'll take and I'll stockpile them over here. It doesn't take much. I'm not going to do all the bales today. The best part about this place is a very simple feature. If you look in the upper left corner, You'll see a fill level, and above that, it's going to last another 2.5 minutes. In today's output, we've already done 47 bags onto one pallet. It's the little details that make a big difference, I think. I wish more of the productions were this immersive, involved. I don't know what the right word is. So if I wanted to see something new in Farm Sim 25, it'd be something like this, where you're producing products that are used on the farm, used quite a bit on the farm, and it takes a little more than just time, but some animation to make them work. And I only put in 2 bales. We're already up to 2 pallets. Pallets of pellets. Blip, 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 blip. Try and say that one 25 times fast. Would like it if the forklift could actually get close enough to get the pallet all the way on the forks the first time, but I understand. There's some collision limitations and stuff. And being that there's only 2 open doors here and plenty of window to see what's going on, I'm not sure the rules when it comes to honking on this one, so I haven't been. Maybe just with direction change. See? Quick, easy, and empty. Then you have to have somebody in here. Oh shoot, we're just gonna process the rest of these. You don't have to get it completely perfect on the conveyor. It straightens it out for you. What I wish this mod did do is collect the metal bands so you could recycle them. Because I'm sure a farmer that has a building like this, or a company that has a building like this, would have some way to reuse those metal bands, the baling wire. Maybe you do have to be a little more close to perfect. There we go. Perhaps. See, because this machine is designed to take those bands off as you go along and unload or untie the bales. That's what that first little piece is doing on the left there. And like I said, it shreds the bales. Now, for the game mechanics, they are nice, tight, wrapped bales, but real life, well, bales are bales. They can get kind of loose. Let's get a better grip on this thing. Something else that would make these productions more immersive would be to have to bring parts, you know, machinery parts and stuff. But that's getting a little more mechanic simulator than it is farm. But then you look at some of the maps that have the mining and whatnot on them, and it's, you know, mining simulator instead of farm, but it's all part of the farm. This farms run on lime, and lime comes from rock, and rock comes from mines. And another pallet's been produced. So it looks like the bagger is full. It's starting to fill up the hopper there. That'll keep this production running a bit longer. This is a good project for winter time. November, December. So if I go to use this on a serious map, now I know. Hold off on the pellets until about winter. It's an indoor project. Or do a bale here and there until the winter. It's going to be interesting to see what Farm Sim 25 implements into the game. 22 saw some more weather updates. Basically, they took somebody's mod and added it to the base game. I would hope so. But the popularity of that particular mod was so heavy that they didn't have much choice but to increase their capabilities on the subject. And hay pellets and straw pellets aren't typically required on a farm. They're more of a convenience for the farmer. You throw a bag of pellets at an animal and they just eat it. It's processed enough that you can pick them up and give them back to the animals if need be. You know, if it spills out of the food trough or whatever. Like I said, this just adds some immersion. Gives me an excuse for the forklift again. would love to see some other brands of forklifts get involved. I know Toyota makes one, Nissan. One that I've played with in the past was a Crown. There's a couple other brands that are out there. Probably just American, so. Clark is another brand that I've worked with personally, professionally. I've never used this style in real life, but that's okay. This is what they call a stock picker, not a true forklift. But it does the job. Again, if you're looking for that immersion, for realism, look to these forklifts. A lot of the modded forklifts have camera angles that make sense. This is one that does. And you get your first person view, and that way you can see where the forks are and everything. Just as if you were in the cab. See, the control actually moves there. And you actually sit face this way. But that little camera should do something. That would be nice. That would be great. So they put in this one, where it's kind of an angled view of the forks. This thing extends quite a ways up. There's a tall mast. Well, for that camera, we get out to the roof. I'm not going to stack anything that high ever, but that's okay. The machine does its job. And then you do have this camera where you can't move the camera around, but you can definitely see where you're aiming the forks. You know where to stop, you know where to drive in. I don't know. But like I said, if you're after that immersion level, you saw on the inside cab view that there is such a camera. Now the electrics seem to work pretty well in here. I do have a diesel outside for the forklift, but that's okay. It's out there. I'm not smelling the diesel exhaust fumes in here. And this thing has 10 minutes worth of product left, almost 11. See, that is realistic. It's a factory. It runs that fast. And we've already produced, what, 5 pallets? You're supposed to be picking up the wood?
I don't know. I'm supposed to be finding training pants.
Try the tents? Are any of them in trouble? Alright. Oh, I don't know. as fast as I can unload the pallets, they seem to keep coming back for more. This place will produce 3 pallets and stop if you don't keep up on it. So if you've got a multiplayer group, someone's running the productions. Someone can be out in the field and someone can be running back and forth. I choose to stack these. I don't normally you know, you don't have to stack them. And I usually don't, but the last load that I produced, I had to stack them. So I'm practicing stacking. And it's a skill. You have to practice.
Ew! Finally found if there was information on a tree.
So this has about 8 minutes left of that.
Train pants, train shirt, train shoes, train socks. Oh, alright. Take these pills.
Yeah, I kind of like the mods where you have to bring pallets to the production a little bit, but we need to standardize those empty pallets. Make one set of empty pallets, and an empty pallet production makes sense. But not a separate empty pallet production for each of those ones that requires it. Okay, so this thing ought to be empty. Just turn it off. Don't need to run through the electric power. It's got 399 to go, but that's beside the point. One thing I do need to do... Ooh. Well, that didn't work out quite as planned. You gotta love pallets that stay put together. Now you kind of see why I use the smaller machine in the building a lot. Now on the game, there's a Unric electric forklift. Kind of matches well with that. I'll probably bring one of those over here, rather than keeping this diesel over here. It just kind of makes sense. When I go to load these pallets, I think what I want to do... Just turn it sideways. These are a European designed pallet. I'm convinced at least of that much. Because the American pallets typically are not this skinny. Let's see if we could put them in stacked. I don't think so, though. Oh, see, we produced 3 more pallets. Gotta stop and collect those. But the palletizer's empty, so those 3 pallets are the last ones for now. The answer is barely.
There we go.
I don't think I'm going to leave them stacked. In-game creative palette manipulation does not work in the real world. Most of the time. Unless it's a wood crate. Then, well, maybe. But as you can see, I can increase the capacity of the truck by stacking. If I so choose. It works, but it's not something I'd recommend. Especially if you're new to the game. Tilt. Fix that one later. You saw what a pain the stack was, though. So I probably won't do more than just that one stacked. Yes, in real life, that pallet should have fallen apart. There'd be bags of pellets all over the place. And potentially pellets all over the place, period. But game mechanics being what they are, the pallet stays together. It's just not playing nice. No, real world mechanics don't work this way. That pallet's a little upside down. And being lifted by the pallet. Not by the pellet, by the pallet. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I balanced it. Oops. Too good at this. Tilt. Clunk. That's. That makes for a bit more challenge. A little less so, because we already knocked it back over on its side at least. Again, real world mechanics, you cannot put the the pellet forks in the ground like that. But the game is, at the end of the day, a game. And I hope that there aren't too many prospective employers watching this, because they're watching me do things that don't exist in the real world. And then things that do. I put in for 2 different companies that both need forklift work taken care of. One's farm supply, tractor supply, and they pay $16 an hour. And I'm thinking about it. The other one is a carpet company that needs both a salesman and a warehouseman. I'm thinking about that one too. The trailer moved. Okay. Now it's back in place, so we can load the truck. Now, professionally, I've only ever really unloaded trucks for the most part. I didn't load that many, but it sounds like Tractor Supply is going to be a little more into loading as well as unloading. Oop, that was it. That's... oh, no it's not. It wasn't the last pallet of pellet. You sure? Yes, Tim, I've got the forklift in a bay here. You know what? Take this off to one side. Unload all 3 pallets in front of the forklift here. Hopefully one of them lines up right in front of it. If we do our homework right. I mean, it's simple animations. You look and the guy's hand actually moves on the controls. The wheel turns. Little stuff like that makes all the difference in the world for detail. Normally with a load this tall, you would go backwards anyway, but in this case, we go sideways. Interesting design for a machine. Why am I chasing the pallet? The game mechanics say so. And it's gonna argue with me. It should have let go, and the game is not letting go of the pallet. I'm going to get creative.
Yeah, so funny how Valley translates to
And it's because the forks are glitched into the pallet. Yeah. Not the nicest way to unload the pallet from forks. And not normal. Because that pallet again should have fallen apart. If it was realistic. There we go. Finally got it off the forks. Most of that was a game mechanics error, not a forklift operator error. There's one thing in common between most forklifts is that they do have a good tight turning radius. Now, the electric Clark that I had a while back in life could actually be considered a 0-point turn. Because when you turn the wheel all the way, it was completely sideways to the truck. Not at any kind of an angle. So you could literally do a sit and spin. Whereas this one has an actual turning radius. And you know something? We're gonna fix that thing. There. Now, I don't know if forklifts having connectors like that as a farm thing or a video game thing or what, but I think it's pretty neat to have connectors on the back of a forklift. Like that. 'Cause sometimes you need to move something around. It just doesn't fit on the fork. Alright, and that truck is loaded as much as it's gonna get for the time being. If I wanted to see another mod, I would want to see something like a box trailer or a box truck. You know, a bobtail size one. Maybe 82 Studio, an X2 or X3 attachment in addition to your semi. I mean, if we come into the store, and miscellany, we do have a car trailer there that's base game. You could put 2 pallets in it. We have these containers. Those hold quite a bit. I haven't messed with too many of those that much. I gotta dig into more of those. And then that's where I saw the rocks. They're in here. Okay. Oh, this is another delivery type trailer. Viable products and production pallets. The catch with these trailers is you can load one type of product at a time, and an entire trailer full of those would take some time to produce. If I'm producing something, I want to be able to pick up more than one product. But those do the auto load. That's what their special power is. And then over here, you have attachments for the 1982 pickup. All great and wonderful. We got that for the 2020. And that thing holds quite a bit. And, of course, you could put, you know, dust lines on the side. And you can have it done real auto load because it is an auto load trailer. You can go from 7,000 units to 82,000 units. That would be nice as an X2, which are a little bit bigger connector. They're over here. And they're things like this. And that. And you can see that that holds 18,200 on the standard side. And then 82,000 or 820,000. I mean, you know, all I did was add some zeros. And that's a game thing. But all he would have to do, literally, is take this flatbed right here, and instead of slats on the side, put walls. I'm not a designer, so I don't know exactly how hard or how easy that would be. I would imagine that the pieces are individualized because these boards come down as a mechanic of the mod, the piece. You know, you could take the boards down so you can load the trailer or the attachment. All you'd have to do is take off that function and make them a solid wall. You know. And then just use the same design he's got from this one. Or this, just made bigger. That goes with the 2020. Same as the bed attachment. This is just the trailer edition. Same idea. And you could even throw it on this. You get a frame right there. Bam. Done. That's an X2 frame attachment. Or this, just smaller. And instead of the semi-truck attachment, it would be an X2. That'd be neat. Then if you don't have that big an operation where you need a semi-truck or two, like this farm has, you don't have to have it. You know what? We're gonna park this guy outside. As something 82 did, and I love this part, David. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love this part. I wish more trucks had that. That simple animation of lifting and lowering. Because that's what makes it work with the docks. So much easier. So much easier. Well, I'm going to get this thrown in the warehouse, and I think that's going to be it for the video. Today's a little bit shorter run. I got some things cooking on other games that apparently need some attention. We're going to pull up and park in the bay here. Because even on the funny money file, I try to play nice with it. Now, in all reality, I could have set it up so one of those big warehouses or something was right there at that production. And that would be kind of realistic because, you know, production plants typically have a warehouse area with receiving docks and, you know, shipping docks. And this game just doesn't reflect that. I mean, quite a few of the buildings have dock doors, you know, the roll-up doors, but they don't have docks exactly. They have ground level. Okay. Oh, there's my electric. It's in the other warehouse. Where's that pickup truck of ours? There it is. We're gonna take the pickup truck home just so we have something to run around in. Try to be a little immersive about things. You know. Because a farmer, even a heavy farmer like this, is gonna have some kind of wheels of their own. Go to the store for groceries or whatever. Not that they're not producing those groceries. But he might be a grain farmer and need to buy eggs. Me, on this file, I've kind of thrown in everything. Husbandry, grains. You know, I just haven't done too much on the forestry. And the garage and the house are part of a set. It's the ranch house and ranch garage. And I love that set. It's beautiful. Oh, we had a new farmhouse we were gonna look at. We'll put it here on the property. There it is. And I don't know how this is gonna work out. And I'll just probably paint over the ground once I take it out again, if I don't like it. Take a quick look at the neighbor's house. Where do we put it? Next to the house. Yeah, that's kind of small. And you can't go inside. It's not terribly detailed badly, but I wanted to go inside. Not just a tiny toy-sized garage. You know what? Nope. That mod didn't survive. I mean, it looked nice, but no. Not happening. I don't know, having it the width of the porch worked. But does it really? I want it a little skinnier. Yeah. It's a walkway. No. Hmm.
Yeah. Ginger and vanilla.
Something that doesn't block the windows. Looks a little more decorative. No, if I'm gonna put in trees, they're gonna be like the apple trees or something. Because it's just decorative trees there. You can't use these for production so much.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so
This is something leading up to the leading up to the
okay.
front door. This was a get around to it project, decorating the house. And I thought about staging the garage a little further forward so you can get to that door a little easier, but it works as is. So I'll leave it be. And that's just meadow grass. Can be mowed, can be sold. But you just paint it in. Give our house a little bit of ground to work with. us a bit of a yard. Not that the whole place isn't our yard. And I might yet mow this up, plow it, and plant it as grass. This is a yard grass. Maybe we'll put the proverbial picket fence around this. You know, need the Home Depot level farming supplies for this one. Not the Tractor Supply level stuff. Something like that. Not perfect. Not necessarily lined up right. Like 4 over here is too much. Down the middle. There. That looks a little more correct. Okay. I got some grass to mow up with a little mower. I got a path leading up to our house with flowers. We're in good shape. Starting to look like a farm instead of just a business. Alright, well, I'm going to call it at this point. Oh, actually, I'm going to hit the sleep trigger. We'll skip through to the next day. And then when we pick up this farm again, we'll be in December. See if it snows. It's the Western Wilds. I don't know if it snows out here or not. Looks a little green. Alright, well, that's that for this. I'm gonna save and get out of here. Oh, before I do that... Give you guys something more to watch.
She's in the restaurant. No, each one a burrito? Okay, babe. Falafel, pan-fried English fish.
Hmm.
Okay, and there's raised bamboo shoots. Okay, raised bamboo shoots. That's it. Okay.
I don't know that chat commands are pulling off a raid. Hmm.
As I can tell, it's just me and you.
Oh. Well, if it's only the two of us in here, I won't worry about raiding.